I was able to reduce my screen time by more than 84% and want to show you exactly how I did it. So to keep this applicable for everyone, I've broken down my approach into 7 different levels, each getting more and more advanced. For instance, level 5, which makes YouTube look like this. Meaning, pick whatever level feels right for you and thus find the perfect balance of using your phone. Level 1, the first cut. Reduce your screen time by approximately 14%. The first level, which will also be the most basic one, is all about awareness. And here all you need to do is to look at your screen time and then analyze how much time per week you're spending on your phone. And you can do this in Apple under the settings and on Android by downloading an app called Screentime on the Play Store. And then, if for instance you're using your phone for 50 hours per week, you divide this number by 2.43 to find out an estimate for the years you would spend on your phone for an average lifespan. In the case of 50, this would be an insane 20.5 years you would spend on your phone. And once you've done that, and hopefully feel like you would like to reduce this number significantly, you can go back to the screen time, look at the apps that you spent most of the time in, and either turn off their notifications or delete the apps entirely. And don't worry, there's certain apps that you simply don't want to live without, because in this case, the tips in level 3 and level 5 of this video got you covered. Level 2, the essential phone. Reduce your screen time by approximately 22%. So while searching for some extra tips to reduce my screen time, I stumbled upon a video by Tim Kaw that set up his phone in a super cool way. Because what he does is to have 4 different modes on his homepage that you can toggle with a widget. A focus mode for work, a fitness mode, a driving mode, and a chill mode. And whenever he switches the main task at hand, he simply presses a button on his homepage, which, according to him, helps him to be way more clear in his mind about the main mode that his brain should operate in. Plus, it also helped him to reduce his screen time by having a more effective phone setup. And if you have an Apple device, I think this can work great. Even though, as you will see at level 6, I think there's an even better solution that also works on Android. Level 3, lock and load. Reduce your screen time by approximately 45%. Alright, so here we are already getting a little bit more advanced. I know, probably a tip you still probably have heard before, but keep in mind we're only at level 3 out of 7. So here all you need to do is to download an app that allows you to lock other apps with a password, and potentially even to set up time limits. Because if we set a screen time limit for Instagram of let's say 30 minutes, then you have a code that only your best friend or someone close to you knows, there you go, you will only use Instagram for a maximum of 30 minutes. And this is such an effective way to reduce your screen time, given that you actually challenge yourself a little bit with the time limits, and given that you set a password that you don't know. And the best thing is, this is super simple to set up, because if you have an iPhone, you can simply go to the settings and press the subheader called Screentime, and in case you have an Android device, you can do all of this with a free app called Stay Focused, or numerous other apps that you can find in the Play Store. Level 4, Distraction Detox. Reduce your screen time by approximately 57%. Okay, so this level is all about reducing the depth and intensity at which you're using your phone. For instance, you can buy an alarm clock or some smart device to avoid using your phone in the bedroom. You can put the phone in another room while you're working. You can sometimes leave the phone behind completely when you're going out. All tips that are not new, but at this level it's all about adding 1 to 2 of those tips to make the phone a smaller part of your life. And one of the keys at this step, and something you might have not done for quite a while, is to have a day ever so often where you're not using your phone at all. Maybe this Sunday or every first Monday of the month, which might be a bit challenging the first time you do it, but which can help you to reset your brain, allow you to focus better, and reduce your screen time and addiction to your phone by a lot. Level 5, the browser upgrade. Reduce your screen time by 66%. This is the first tip that is a little bit more unique, and I didn't even know about it until I heard about it in a video of a good friend of mine called Reizu. Because what he mentioned is that you can actually upgrade your browser with extensions that allow you to turn YouTube from this to this and do a whole bunch of other useful things. So if you have an Android phone, you can download the Firefox browser on the Play Store and then install an extension called Untrap for YouTube. For Apple, unfortunately this only works on Safari and by buying the app called Untrap for YouTube for $2.99. But what this extension allows you to do is to switch YouTube from a thumbnail feed to a list view. You can turn videos to grayscale, you can hide comments and suggested videos. a lot of things to make it way less addictive, and you can also do this with all other social media sites. Because for this there's another extension called Socialfocus that you can download on Firefox or again on Apple by buying it in the Play Store. And of course it's not nice to buy something, but this allows you to delete YouTube, Instagram and other much loved apps from your device and only consume them in a more healthy way in your browser. Plus, you're still able to set up your time limits to also include websites, and as you're also able to install extensions like ad blockers or extensions that make the browser more safe to use. This step is a true no-brainer for reducing your screen time and also make your phone more effective. Level 6. The Minimalist phone. Reduce your screen time by approximately 78%. So now we come to the phone setup that I think can be even better than the one I mentioned in level 2. And this is through an app called Untrap for Android that is free, which is called Dumbify for Apple that unfortunately again costs around $7. But I think it's really worth it. Because with these apps you can turn your phone from this to this, meaning into a phone with a super minimalistic interface. And with this list view, it makes it way less tempting for you to spend too much time on your phone, and it will effortlessly help you to reduce your screen time. Plus you can even set up to launch an app with a right or left swipe, for instance this habit tracker that I love, making your phone into a tool that you control rather than a tool that controls you. But only when I also added the tip in level 7, which is to start using a second phone, I was able to find my own perfect balance of using my phone. Level 7. The second phone. Reduce your screen time by approximately 84%. In this case, you do everything the same as before. You have a more minimalistic main phone, a restricted browser, app limits with a password, but now you also have a second phone that has absolutely nothing, 0% of the apps that could be negative for you on them. Meaning meditation apps, Google Maps, your local train app, all allowed, but anything that could distract you in the slightest bit has to go. And all you need to do now is at the main moments that you don't want to use your phone, so especially while working or when heading to bed, to use the second phone instead of the main phone. Because like this you can still set timers, call people or scan QR codes when going outside, making it easier for you to make the phone an even smaller part of your life, while still being able to do all the beneficial things that you actually need a phone for.